Why life in Greenville, North Carolina outshine any big city in United States?
But first, let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, it calls all the time at 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Do not be shy. We are here to talk to you all about it. And don't forget our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the section comments below.
Exactly. Do you want to start?
Okay, so I kind of forced us to say any big city in America, right? Because we've actually lived in quite a few big cities in America. So yes, we get that the big city, especially when you're young, is something you're just like, I want to be part of the city. You have great restaurants with local cuisine. You have life that is busy where something is always happening. I mean, I lived in Boston. We lived in Miami and Denver and Pittsburgh. My husband even lived in Pisa, which is a European country. So we have a very different look on how we say things. Now, do you want to add anything else?
No, and basically we live in a different culture, different atmosphere with different people from different background. And then we came here in Greenville, North Carolina to settle and basically establish our family.
Right, but I want to also add more. He's right. He shortened it down. But also we have we've been there. So we've seen a lot of the same cities, and big cities have the same chain restaurants, the same, they have different vibes, but there's so much of the same no matter what city you're in. And then you could always see, but underneath when you're living in a big city, there's always a slight danger that you're living in a big city, and then there's something might actually happen because nothing good ever happens after midnight, and in the city you always have all these enticing things that things might happen at night at the city. So we kind of chose a small city in order to really raise our family because it has all these great things that we wanted our children to have that we did not have. Growing up in the city of Boston, I loved it there. I love Boston, but I'm a city kid, and just having my kids be a little bit more. And then also, do you know that Greenville is a little under the radar, right? So it is the only city in the eastern United States that was not connected to a U.S. highway for the longest time. They've already connected us to one interstate. They're going to connect us to two more in the next 2 years. But so the small town is going to be a little bit more discovered, and that's kind of interesting. But you probably didn't even know Greenville was a possibility in North Carolina because if you didn't want to be here, you weren't here. So now let's hit the list.
Exactly. Therefore, after this introduction about our history and where we live, now we wanted to hit the list. The first thing that we wanted to mention is urban amenities with the small town charm, Greenville, North Carolina.
What does that mean? And
we wanted to say that we are a relatively small city far away in eastern part of the North Carolina.
Right, but we still have amazing health care, diverse cities,
yes,
diverse dining, we have shopping, we have recreational activities, and yet we still are a small town.
Exactly, and we have it in the lots of videos that we put in our channel that you can watch any of them. The second things that we wanted to talk about, of course, affordability. This is one of our forte in Greenville, North Carolina, including even housing and grocery, utility, insurance, whatever you name it. We are affordable.
Right, 100%. Like I'm really helping a client right now move from a different city, and they're just shocked at how much the utility costs are here compared to where they are. Also housing. We're realtors. We can absolutely show you any house, but when you can talk about how the average home is $250,000, $290,000. Those are affordable numbers for many people. And so many parts of the big city, you don't have affordability in housing, and we have it here. And that is one of the true gems.
The third things that we wanted to talk is access to the nature. As it comes from the name of Greenville, we are really green. We had crazy 2 days of rain at the time of video, the beginning of summer 2023. And everywhere that you see beautiful myrtle tree, you see beautiful green giant tree, and the nature is so beautiful.
He's naming our backyard. But also, besides our backyard, you have the Tar River, we have the River Park North. You can definitely kind of enjoy nature. And it's really kind of just growing. They're actually just growing they're growing our parks and recreation as well as things. They're actually trying to bring concerts back here and as well, but that's a whole other thing. You really do have affordability in nature, and you can kind of still see that at some points this was a farm town.
The next one is we felt it in everywhere that we lived before is lower traffic levels in especially in Greenville.
Right. When we lived in Miami, 2 hours was normal. When we lived in Denver, a half an hour to 45 minutes was normal. Here, that is not normal. Something happened if you're sitting in any sort of traffic like that, because typically we're about 15 minutes to one end of the city to the other. It's getting around town is super easy breezy.
Exactly.
Easy breezy, summer squeezy.
The next one is unique culture expression, and do you want to add on that?
We have art galleries. We have local theaters.
Exactly.
We have calendars of events and festivities. You have also ECU. We have culture that you don't even think about. So we have all of this stuff right here. You don't actually have to go to Raleigh, but you can drive to the big city of Raleigh if you need some bigger cultural experience.
We definitely have a really good, solid education system, having Pitt Community College and East Carolina University as one of the landmarks in the Greenville. Really is part of the forte of the education system in Greenville, North Carolina.
And I'm going to say what I like about Pitt Community College there is they actually teach needed skills to people. We taught in education ourselves. We've seen firsthand that so many community colleges do not teach skills or trades. And so, but here in Greenville, they really are. So, I mean, it's another reason to actually see, it's an affordable, they actually have not just higher ed, which we have the university, but we also have trade, and that is something that's needed.
Exactly. And the next one is a safer environment.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the data that basically government published from 2017 all the way to 2023, we had the improvement of the safety every year by year up to 2023. And this is one of the basically important for people that really lived or wanted to move from outside of the basically Greenville to this area.
And you could do any sort of statistical analysis and see we will have a lower crime rate than most of the bigger cities for the sense of that we're a small town. It's at the end of the day. What about number 8?
Number 8 is a steady economic growth, which we had so many videos about different kind of employers and also income and the housing that we wanted to mention here. And do you want to add anything to that part?
Yes, there is so many industries because it's a city. I didn't say we lived in a small town. We live in a small city. So there's healthcare, education, manufacturing jobs, job opportunities. It's growing economically, and so it's not just a place to live. It's a place to really think about because we are actually getting on the interstate map, which is kind of a crazy thing too. So there's even more growth that's about to happen.
And number 9 is thriving the local business.
Yes, I love that part.
Many of you that moving from another state, you might have your own business or you're self-employed, and Greenville could be one of places that you really can work on your business and make it thrive.
And not just that, there's a lot of local businesses. We don't have every chain out there, which means that we have boutiques, we have family-owned restaurants, we have shopping and dining that is really kind of city-centered, and it's healthier, and which is the next one. But you have it brings to the city charm. So we're not just getting all the same restaurants that you have in a big city.
Of course.
But we still have the same
Next
foods, but better.
number 10 is really healthier living. As my wife said, less pollution, more opportunities for outdoor activities. It's just being 80 minutes from the Atlantic beach is one of, if you wanted to go by the coast and have fun with the water.
Or if you want farm to table, we can actually have farm delivered to your house because we have fresh local produce. You can have a healthier lifestyle. You want strawberries from the farm, you can have it delivered right from the farm to your house. So it's just easier to maintain a life balance, and we have the environment that supports this.
I mean, you're really proud to record this YouTube and podcast for you about living in Greenville.
And why it's the best, and you should call me.
And you should call us at 252-327-3357 and support our channel by subscribing to our channel. Thank you and have a blessed day.